Hello and welcome to what I call a new video. Today we are going to be talking about the fact that I am making a video. Now you may be asking yourself the question as to why I'm making a video about making a video, as I would be making a video even without the whole idea of the video being the fact that I am making a video right now. And you would be absolutely correct. I could be talking about literally anything on the planet and I would be making a video about it, while this video specifically is about making a video. So why does this video exist? The answer to that is quite simple, if I do say so myself. See, in this world of video creation on YouTube.com, that's the platform we are on at this current juncture moment in our time of life, YouTubers are incentivized to make a lot of what I call content. Now, whenever you make a video, that doesn't necessarily mean that video is content. Just because you make something that people can watch does not mean it's entertaining or interesting or worth their while in any sort of way imaginable. The term content can be applied to a video once it's uploaded to YouTube.com and has proven itself to be entertaining, educational, or in some way interesting enough for viewers to actually watch the thing. On the other side of the spectrum, we actually have something different a video can be. A video can also be art. Now, these two categories are distinctly different. However, they're not as different as some people make them out to be, because they actually have a correlation, and that correlation is right in between them. See, a video does not mutually exclusively have to be either or. A video can be both at the exact same time. So the perfect video for you to enjoy would be a video that is both art and content. But what exactly does art mean? We've established content, so what is art? Well, a video that is art has a point to make. It has effort and thought put into it. Now that point can be literally anything. The point of something very silly could be silly is good and I wish to encourage silly. Or the point could be deeply political. It could be anything. Point is that there is a point to a video which makes it art. There needs to be effort and actual thought put into the video for it to actually function. However, such a video is hard to make because you need a point to prove in the first place. And then you need to actively think about how to make that point into a consumable video. Because if you even do a single misstep, the message you want to tell can easily just end up here and you forget all about the fact that you need to actually make the video watchable. So you need to strike a counterbalance of trying to prove your point and making your point entertaining. If you fail to grasp those two elements of video creation, you end up without a line in between the two. You end up with either trying to make a point while being the most boring motherfucker alive, or making an entertaining piece of media while actually contributing nothing to it. That second category is where most people fall into. Think of this category like your average me. But that doesn't feel right? Because I like the things I make. Surely there's a little bit of artistry involved, right? I mean, I'm not that shallow. Sure, I can talk funny, I can put my ADHD all over the screen. I'm sorry, I'm neurotypical actually. There's no diagnosis for me. I can put it all over the screen. You're gonna like it, I think, is what I hope. I crave your validation. Please give it, please. But surely there's a little bit of art in there. I want to have this middle ground because that's what perfect videos are. Right? Wrong. Because you don't actually need to have that middle ground. And you don't actually need to have content in your video. You don't actually need to have art in your video, because at the end of the day, each video is their own. Every video has its place somewhere on this circle. Some videos end up here, some videos end up here, some videos end up square in the content, some videos square in the art, some strike a goddamn equilibrium. Some fall more to art, some more to content. But every video has its own place on this circle of creation. But a circle is not what we find ourselves in at this current moment, because content has been evolving. Content isn't a simple circle that anyone can follow. Content has branches. Art has branches. And for example, a content branch would be the rotting of thy brain. Because if you focus so much on content that we don't even get an equilibrium on content, but go even further, we need more content. Suddenly we arrive in the brain rot, where we make content for content's sake, not entertainment value. We just make content to make content. Maybe you don't actually care about the quality of your stuff. You only care about the money that could be made from YouTube. You've heard that a lot of people got a lot of money out of this, so you need to jump onto the content drain. Content is a term you've heard before, so we must go deep into the content hole, as deep as we can possibly go, and suddenly we find ourselves with AI voices reading AI-generated stories on an AI-generated game in the background. And that is all of YouTube Shorts. But how can one go too far into the artist's direction, you may be asking yourself? And that is as easy as going too much into the content. It's just the same. If you make content for content's sake, if you make art for art's sake, not for the sake of anything you believe, not for the sake of literally anything ever present on the planet, if you just generate art, what comes out of it? Obviously, corporate art. What do you think I was gonna say? If you just make art on an art's sake, just because you need art, there is no actual humanity involved in your art. And where do we see that better than anywhere? Of course, on the corporate scale. Ever looked at those fucking Google art style people? Their shit don't got no soul, because it was made to pander to your brain. It was made to make your brain think, this is easily readable. There's no soul in it, no style in it, because it was made so that you consume more in the capitalistic society you reside in. It wasn't made to express emotion. It wasn't made for anything to happen in the real world. It was made that you consume, that you buy, that you look. That is when art goes too far. It takes the art out of the art. It takes the content out of the content. But what if we go even further? Because guess what? The two can be combined. Again, here we reach a perfect equilibrium of just a very good video. But what if we combine the worst aspects of everything together? Just put them together! Artificial intelligence, united forever in AI's endeavor. We stand here proud that we will lose our jobs. Generative AI! See, brain rot already uses that all the goddamn time. But corporate AI art, that hasn't reached its peaks yet. We've already seen it in Call of Duty. That's fine. That's absolutely goddamn fine. However, AI, when brain rot and corporations collide, and it makes AI, that's the part where society crumbles, where capitalism reaches its full extent. Cheap labor who needs labor, when you can have a bot do the work for you. Does it do a worse job? Absolutely. But does that truly matter? Absolutely goddamn not. In our capitalist heaven, we don't care about your dreams. We don't care about your nightmares. We care about the amount of money that gets into our coffers monthly. No need to pay labor costs if there's no labor to employ anymore. Automate everything. Make the poor pay once more. There's no need to pay minimum wage if minimum wage workers are all replaced. All hail capitalism! All hail America! God bless America! Salute your future AI overlords, because they deserve more respect than the poor people ever did in the entirety of their lives. Stand proud, people of America! Stand proud rise once more in defiance of the poor people. You don't need compassion. You don't need anything. If you want creativity, that is for the poor people to slave over. We only need generation. We need hard labor by the artificial overlords. They deserve everything in our society. So wait, chin music. My fit goes properly capitalist. And I am going to kill the clown.